Think about the happiest moments in your life. Chances are, they involved other people, family, friends, or someone special. That's because relationships aren't just nice to have, they're essential to our happiness and well-being. But here's the thing. Strong relationships don't just happen by chance. They're built day by day, through small actions and genuine care. Whether it's with your partner, family members, friends, or colleagues, every relationship can grow stronger with the right approach. In this video, I'll share 9 practical ways you can build deeper, more meaningful relationships with the people in your life. These aren't complicated techniques or magic tricks. They're simple, proven strategies that anyone can use. By the end of this video, you'll have clear, actionable steps to strengthen your connections with others and create relationships that truly last. Ready to learn how? Let's dive in. Number 1. Active listening. Let's start with active listening, and trust me, this is a game changer. You know those times when someone's talking to you, but you're already thinking about what you'll say next. We've all been there, but real listening is different. Active listening means truly focusing on what the other person is saying, not just waiting for your turn to speak. When you really listen, people feel valued and understood, and that's huge for building trust. Here's how to do it first. Put your phone away and make eye contact. Then, try to understand not just their words, but their feelings too. Show you're paying attention by nodding, or saying things like "I see," or "Tell me more." And here's a pro tip. Instead of jumping in with advice, try summarizing what they've said. Remember, sometimes people don't need solutions, they just need to feel heard. Number 2. Show genuine interest. Let's talk about showing genuine interest. It's like being a detective in the best possible way. When someone shares something with you, get curious. Don't just ask "How was your day?" and leave it at that. Instead, ask questions that show you really want to know more. For example, if your friend mentions they're starting a new job, ask them what they're most excited about, or what made them choose the company. These kinds of questions show you're really invested in their life. But here's the real secret. Remember what people tell you. When someone mentions their kid has a big game coming up, make a note in your phone if you need to. Then, follow up later. "Hey, how did Tommy's baseball game go?" You wouldn't believe how much it means to people when you remember these small details. It's not about being nosy. It's about showing people that what matters to them matters to you too. That's what builds real connections. Number 3. Practice empathy. Let's move on to practicing empathy. Think of it as stepping into someone else's shoes. You don't have to experience exactly what someone's going through to understand how they feel. It's about imagining yourself in their situation and responding with kindness. For instance, if your friend is stressed about a work presentation, you don't need to be a public speaking expert to understand their nervousness. Instead of saying "You'll be fine, try something like that," sounds really challenging. I can understand why you're worried. During tough times, empathy becomes even more important. Sometimes you don't need to have all the answers or try to fix everything. Just being there and saying "I'm here for you," or "That must be really hard," can mean the world to someone. Remember, empathy isn't about comparing their struggles with yours. It's about acknowledging their feelings and showing them they're not alone. When people feel understood, they're more likely to open up and trust you. Number 4. Be reliable. Let's talk about being reliable. It's like being the rock that people can always count on. Think about it, we all have that one friend who says they'll be there but constantly cancels at the last minute. Don't be that person. Being reliable starts with something simple. If you say you'll do something, do it. Whether it's meeting for coffee, helping with a move, or just calling when you say you will. Even small promises matter. If you can't make it, let people know as early as possible. But reliability goes beyond just keeping promises. It's about being consistently present in people's lives. Send that quick "thinking of you" text. Remember to check in regularly, not just when you need something. Show up for the big moments and the small ones too. Here's the truth. Trust is built in these small, everyday moments. When people know they can count on you, they feel secure in the relationship. Number 5. Open communication. Let's dive into open communication. Think of it as keeping the door to your thoughts and feelings unlocked. Being honest about how you feel might seem scary at first, but it's like preventing a small crack from becoming a big break. When something's bothering you, don't let it simmer until it boils over. Instead, try saying something like, "Hey, can we talk about something that's been on my mind? It's much better to discuss a small issue now than deal with a bigger problem later." Be honest, but kind. Instead of saying "You never listen to me," try "I feel unheard sometimes, and I'd love to find a way we can communicate better." Share your feelings using "I feel" statements rather than pointing fingers. And here's something important. Open communication isn't just about the tough stuff. Share your joy, your appreciation, and your dreams too. When you're open with others, they're more likely to be open with you. It's like creating a two-way street of trust. Number 6. Respect boundaries. Let's talk about respecting boundaries. It's like having an invisible fence that keeps relationships healthy. Just as you wouldn't walk into someone's house without knocking, You shouldn't push into people's personal space, whether that's physical or emotional. Everyone has different comfort levels. Maybe your friend needs alone time to recharge, while you prefer constant connection. That's totally okay. The key is understanding and accepting these differences. When someone says they need space or aren't ready to talk about something, respect that. Here's a simple way to think about it. Just because someone sets a boundary doesn't mean they're pushing you away. When your friend says, "I can't hang out today, I need some me time," they're actually helping the relationship by being honest about their needs. And remember, it's okay to set your own boundaries too. Being clear about what works for you and what doesn't isn't selfish, it's healthy. Good relationships thrive on mutual respect for each other's boundaries. Number 7. Show appreciation. Let's talk about showing appreciation. It's like giving someone a verbal hug that says, "Hey, you matter." You know that warm feeling you get when someone notices your effort? Well, you can give that feeling to others too. Don't just think appreciative thoughts, speak them out loud. It's as simple as saying, "Thanks for always being there to listen," or "I really appreciate how you helped me with that project." These small words can make someone's entire day. And here's the thing. Don't wait for big moments to show gratitude. Notice the little things. When your friend remembers how you like your coffee, when your partner does the dishes without being asked, or when your coworker covers for you during lunch. Let them know you noticed. Make it specific too. Instead of just saying, "Thanks, try, I really appreciate how you stayed up late helping me prepare for my presentation." It shows how much you care. When people feel valued, they naturally want to invest more in the relationship. Number 8. Quality time. Let's explore quality time. Think of it as giving someone the gift of your undivided attention. And no, scrolling through your phone while sitting next to someone doesn't count. Quality time is about being truly present in the moment. Here's what being present really means. Put that phone away, turn off notifications, and really focus on the person you're with. Whether you're having coffee together, taking a walk, or just sitting and talking, make that time count. It's better to have 30 minutes of real connection than 3 hours of distracted time. Creating shared experiences doesn't mean you need fancy plans or expensive trips. Cook a meal together, try a new hobby, or even just take a different route on your regular walk. These shared moments create stories and memories that strengthen your bond. Remember this, it's not about the amount of time you spend together, it's about how engaged you are in those moments. When someone feels that you're fully there with them, they feel valued and important in your life. Number 9. Practice forgiveness. Let's talk about practicing forgiveness. Think of it as choosing peace over being right. We're all human, and that means we all mess up sometimes. The real test of a relationship isn't about avoiding mistakes. It's about how we handle them. Those small annoyances, maybe someone forgot to call, or they were running late again. Try not to let these build up into big walls. Ask yourself, will this matter in a year? If not, maybe it's time to let it go. Taking a deep breath and saying it's okay can be more powerful than holding on to frustration. When bigger challenges come up, see them as opportunities to grow stronger together. Instead of keeping score or holding grudges, focus on understanding what went wrong and how to do better next time. Remember, forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing to move forward. Here's the truth. Relationships that last aren't perfect. They're built by people who choose to work through the imperfect moments together. When you practice forgiveness, you're not just letting go of anger, you're making room for deeper connection. As we wrap up, let's remember what really matters in building stronger relationships. We've covered 9 powerful ways to deepen your connections, from being an active listener to showing genuine interest, practicing empathy, and being reliable. We talked about the importance of open communication, respecting boundaries, showing appreciation, spending quality time, and practicing forgiveness. But here's what I want you to take away. Strong relationships aren't built in a day. They're created through small, consistent actions that show people they matter to you. Start with just 1 or 2 of these tips this week. Maybe focus on being more present during conversations or expressing appreciation more often. Remember, every strong relationship you admire started somewhere. Your next conversation could be the beginning of a deeper connection. Your next interaction could strengthen a bond that lasts a lifetime. Take that first step today. Show someone you care. Listen a little longer. Share a little more. Because at the end of the day, it's our relationships that make life truly meaningful. Thank you for watching, and here's to building stronger, more meaningful connections in your life.